850-769-7323.
Your certified AAA service center and hometown towing.
Visit them online at HewittTire.com.
On Airport Road in Panama City.
850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and Hometown Towing.
Need a tow? Call Billy at Hometown Towing, 850-265-1562.
The Memorial Day mattress sale continues here at the Sleep Center. Stop by the Sleep Center and you can save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. Tempur-Pedic, made in the USA and available at
Sleep Center, where it's bedtime all day long.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WFLQ Port St. John. Powered by Panama City Toyota, ESPN Northwest Florida. Rise and shine, campers. It's a brand new day.
What a lovely morning.
Good morning, starshine.
You seem happy this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in early.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local. Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub! I'm full of water! I say hot tub! Hot tub! Gonna get you hot tub! Gonna make it wet! Say hot tub! Rubber dub in hot tub! Rubber dub leave! Shag in the hot tub!
Yeah!
Will it make me sweat?
Yeah!
Shag in the hot tub!
Yeah!
Will it make me wet?
Hell, I'm sweating now.
He's off his medication and back on the airwaves, ladies and gentlemen. Coach James Hale.
Back from Hoover, Alabama.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Hey, how did Alabama do up in Hoover?
We didn't. Let me tell you what the story. We did not. Steve, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Mosley swim coach is with us this morning, and the legend, the one and only, Jason Kovaleski, Jim Brandt, and Wildcat himself, all in the building on a beautiful Tuesday. Let me tell my story before we get rolling this morning. We went over to Bama, Florida line. That's that famous bar that was right there. We stayed in Florida, condo. My roommates that are still alive, we were four of us been together all these years. One has passed away. So we all met with our wives. We were there Wednesday after the show and had a great time, wonderful time. That Thursday night, we went to see the concert there, and I forgot the name of the town. Anyway, the Wharf, I don't know, some outdoor arena. It's really nice. Well, hey, who's the guy's name I went and saw? I told you, I forgot.
Keith Urban.
Keith Urban.
Made quite an impression on you, I said.
No, Jim, he was incredible.
You don't know his name.
He was unbelievable. The guy could play a guitar like I've never seen. The first three songs, they gave him three different guitars. The guy did one for 5 minutes. I was like, my God, how can anybody do that? Obviously, I couldn't, but it was unreal. And it was sold out. And his wife came on stage. At the end of the thing, he brought his wife out. And I didn't think I got a different opinion on him, I guess everybody else. But everybody went crazy over her, and she was really kind and nice. He loves Alabama and stuff. I guess everywhere you perform, you love him.
Right.
He made a lot of money there, I know that. But he did a great job. He did what he did, we'd seen before probably 3 years ago. At the very end, the last few songs, he comes very far back. It's not that huge, so it's not really that far back as you would think. But they got security around him. They got a little platform. He gets on there. He goes, now you guys have front row seats. The place goes crazy. That's where we were sitting. The place goes crazy. He plays some songs there, but he truly is one of the nicest entertainers I've ever seen. He gave away guitars. He sit there and spent time with people, signing autographs, asking them questions. Just a really good person, and he was really good. The concert was great. People going crazy about him, but we had a good time. So anyway, Wednesday we're at a restaurant. Jimmy Buffett's sister has a restaurant, Lula's. I think it's called Lula's. So we're there, and they got all these pictures of the mom, the dad, Jimmy Buffett when he was young. I did not know this. He was in our dorm when we played there. He came in our dorm when we played there. Mike McKenzie was telling me, I said, James, you were there. I remember telling you that's Jimmy Buffett. And I didn't know who Jimmy Buffett was in 1976.
Right.
But anyway, one of the seniors on our team at that time, were really good friends. They were real close friends, buddies with them. So he'd come watch him play and come to Southern games. He went to Southern Mississippi. So anyway, it was really neat watching all the pictures, seeing all the stuff there. And the family, they're great. I mean, people were really nice. His sister's alive. They're doing really well. But we had such a good time. So we watched Alabama play Tennessee. Alabama gets beat. Then Auburn plays Texas A&M. Auburn gets beat. I said, Julie, Southern Mississippi's playing in Montgomery. We can go to Montgomery and watch Southern Mississippi play. And they lost to Coastal Carolina.
That's what I'm saying. Then they got beat.
No, but this was like Sunday.
Right.
So we thought about leaving Friday morning or either Saturday night. Of course, they didn't want us to leave. And long story short, I said, we weren't going to drive all the way to Birmingham, then go to Hoover. The two teams I wanted to watch the most not even playing. And she goes, let's just don't go. So we didn't go. We came back early. We didn't go to Montgomery. We came back here early and had a really good time. Went to the water park, I think, Sunday. And that was about, what'd you do? Did y'all do anything?
No.
Was shooting back?
Yeah.
Okay. How was your, one thing too, I want this holiday, did you serve in the military?
No.
Okay. Jim, you had family members. I think you had family members. We all, I think, had family members play. My dad, my brother, everybody, my brother-in-law, everybody of them was in. But it just made you, which we were at church Sunday, and they showed all the grave sites. Then they had different funerals going on, and you see people crying. This was from World War II all the way up to Vietnam, everything. The people that went to war for us that never came back, that gave us the opportunity to be free, which I don't think half the people truly respect or even care anymore. Our society's so falling apart.
Not anymore.
But I just think anybody who was in the military, and you sit there and you think about what those guys did at that young age, and they never came home. And I don't think people even think about what that holiday really is.
Especially to their families. I don't see them anymore. That we'll never get to talk to them, and love on them, see them, and that's who you really want to celebrate on Memorial Day is the families that lost people, because you can't replace that, and you never will be able to. So, yeah.
Let's take this phone call real quick. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I got a friend here. Kiki wants to say something to you.
I saw her Saturday night. Good morning. Roll Tide.
Say it again. Roll Tide. She doesn't really give a damn.
That was a real person.
Yeah.
Well, I like her. Was she at Lanier High School?
No. She's from over here.
Oh, okay.
Listen, when I tell you I'm in with the black ladies, I mean it. Isn't that right, Kiki? That's right.
Woo! Roll Tide, baby.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. You have a conundrum. I don't have time to explain you what that means, but you can look it up later. Google it. What about this USM Alabama baseball regional going on over there in Hattiesburg?
They crank it up Thursday. I think Southern's playing Columbia somebody Thursday, in Miami, and Alabama play Friday in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. It's sold out. It's already sold out. I think I can get 2 tickets if I want to go, but I don't think we'll
bragging.
I don't think we're going to go.
Well, listen, I tell you what, if they find out you're for Alabama, they're going to paint your statue over there in front of the catfish camp there off of 49.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Don't you have a statue over there for eating the most catfish back when you played for
Yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt.
Obviously.
Crawfish.
And we're old now. Yeah, crawfish and catfish. Hey, man, let me tell you a great thing. If you run out of crawfish, just go to the bait shop and get some sand fleas.
Mm-hmm.
Not the kind that bites you, but the kind you fish for sheep's head with.
Right. I know what you're talking about.
That's what I did with my ex-wife. It makes a great etouffee. Anyway, and I got some used. Hey, I'm warning you, she's coming down there to y'all's place. I don't know how you can stay 8 nights for the price she is. I think she's going to have to listen to several timeshare props. I don't know. Anyway, I'm warning you.
All right.
Mike, I got to ask you a question. How do you get sand fleas to stay on the hook? I mean, I can get
you got to put right behind their ears. Right behind both ears.
Right behind the ears?
You got to go in that way.
Well, here's what I hate about she said. They will eat that sand flea out like me eating an oyster.
You got to be careful where you do it.
Yeah,
yes, you do. Exactly.
I can't.
Exactly. I mean, y'all know I'm for real, man. I'd just rather go net some mullet over at Overstreet, but, that's just telling old stories. But got one question for Jim Bob. Hey, Jim Bob, you there?
I'm here.
All right. I know you know Belichick. I know you do. Yeah. I know you're from Cleveland. Well, you're from Akron, whatever. But what do you think? Is he engaged or not?
I don't know what his story is. I mean, he's 70-something, more power to him. I mean, I'm getting close to that age. More power to him, but like Bill, what are you doing? She can't be like the Tsarina trying to rule the roost. I mean, she's got to know her place. I just think that if that doesn't get ironed out, that whole relationship is going to go south. I just do.
I'm going to give her away at the wedding. He doesn't know that yet, but I'm going to.
That's going to end up costing him his job, to be honest. I mean, there's a lot of his family members speaking out now.
Does he care?
I don't think so.
I mean, doesn't
really
really care.
like
I think
it's the best recruit he ever landed right there.
Listen, let me tell you something. As the president said to the guys at West Point, trophy wives are overrated. Can you imagine him saying that? Wives living in New York without me. Anyway, more power to you. And you got to listen to Trump, man. Sometimes he tells the truth.
Sometimes. Every time. Yeah. Come on.
Well, no, it's a little different from Biden never telling it.
Right.
See, there's a sometime liar, all the time liar, and then there's Hillary Clinton who, and he's speaking. Hillary, man, I tell you what, I went with her to a Halloween party. This is getting way ahead of schedule, but I used the bottom half of a sumo suit. Don't think about it. Jason, you always get the jokes, man. What's wrong with these old geezers who you're with? They just want to be nice.
He's highly intelligent.
Hey, listen. I wish Manley was there. We got ruled by Vanderbilt. More power to Vanderbilt. I had a first cousin that played there. He's dead, so what? Anyway, but he played baseball there. He's one of the best baseball players they ever had for 1 year. Anyway, he's kind of like his cousin. But listen, Tennessee's still hosting, and guess what? They got one easy, Wakes in their regional.
Cincinnati, Miami of Ohio. Are you kidding me? You guys going to be – why even play the games? Just go ahead. Rest your pitchers. Get ready for the next series. Go on down to Lafayette. Get ready for Lafayette.
And then will we play – is it Lafayette or will we play USM, I think?
You're going to Lafayette.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Well, how about – you talk about an easy regional. How about LSU? That's a joke.
They deserve that. They deserve that.
Okay.
They're LSU.
I know you've been influenced by eating too much Cane's. They give a lot of money to them, but they got a good Cane's there in Hattiesburg, which I've eaten at too many times.
That's great. That's the best. They don't even know what we're talking about around here. Cane's, this place is crazy. That's great. Best chicken anywhere.
They sponsor y'all now?
No, we don't have any Cane's down here. We need to. I don't know if there's any in Florida.
Oh, no.
I don't think there is.
Oh, really? Oh, I want to talk about one thing else. I want to talk about Buffalo Rock. Pepsi has dropped to 4th in the Cola Wars. Now, Dr. Pepper, which they licensed, is 2nd. But you still got them, right?
Oh, yeah. Jim's drinking one as we speak.
Let me give you a Tennessee tip that'll help you out, help Pepsi out. It's not really about Pepsi, because I drink zero sugar. But you know how there's a famous Tennessee whiskey that pairs with a famous soda that's headquartered in Atlanta, one from Lynchburg, one from Atlanta. Let's not say their names. There's another Tennessee whiskey, George Dickel from Tullahoma. Dickel goes great with Pepsi. Diet Pepsi, too. Anyway, that's enough dietary advice. Jason will give you the supplements, chromium thiolate, all that stuff that we need, and melatonin to help the kids, help me sleep. Anyway, y'all have a good one. I'm going to, Kiki, give me one more for him, please. Roll Tide. Yeah, right. Hey,
all right. You have a good day, buddy. Bye, Mike.
Lord, like about an hour of sleep right there.
Wow.
Is that what black coffee does for you right there?
That's what no coffee does.
That's what black coffee and Jim Beam
does. Something a little stronger than coffee.
Bill, he's 73. She's what, 24 or something like that? Something like that. I mean, that's like your granddaughter. I just couldn't even.
That's weird.
I can't even comprehend that.
I'm sorry, but that man's my hero. Go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
70. All right, whatever. All right, let's talk about some of our great. Let's talk about Steve's bike shop. Steve, what's going on in the shop? Julie's been there quite a bit, man. These electric bikes are taking over the world. I'm going to tell you what, though. I'll tell you off there. Go ahead. I'll tell you off there.
Yeah, the electric bikes they're happening. We're selling a lot of them. We're fixing a lot of them, and we're staying busy.
Mike McKenzie, he was one of my players, roommate in college. He was there. His wife bought him one of these. I thought they said 2 batteries. He's a hunter.
Okay.
So they take their electrical bike. I think that both wheels turn all-wheel drive, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But they go through the woods to Granny's, everything.
Yeah.
I mean, they go hunting, and he usually puts a gun on his back.
We sell a lot of them to hunters.
Talk about that.
They got you got trailers you can put behind them, so you can put your stuff in, and if you get a deer, you can put him on the trailer and get him out of there.
Do they have jump on bikes?
Do they have like fatter tires so they can get through the sand?
Oh yeah, they're like 4.5 inches wide.
Yeah, they're thick.
Okay, cool.
What kind of torque do
they even make them camouflaged and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they're expensive. The one she got him,
well, the double battery one be, just a real heavy duty one can be anywhere from 18 to 24, but that double battery one's probably closer to $3,000.
Yeah,
I'm seeing somewhere like 5 to 7.
I think that's what they pay.
I mean, you can. I mean, they've got some full suspension stuff. It's $10,000. So you can go crazy.
Some carbon fiber ones.
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
Now he worked over. He did some stuff in the military. Then worked over Saudi Arabia. She worked over there. They got plenty of money. They can get whatever they want. So
made that big no tax money in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Anyway, Steve Bike Shop right across the street from Sam's. If you're looking for a new bike, that's the place to go. If you got one that needs repair,
we do it. We fix them all.
Do it all. It can be electric, it can be old-fashioned way. Looking at Jason, you could probably use either one you want. The way you're built, the way I am, I need the old-fashioned to burn those calories. Wildcat can't even get on. We have to give him a
referring to those
tricycle.
as old-fashioned.
I need one of those electric.
We have adult tricycles.
That's what we got to get. Wildcat
needs one.
He needs one. Yeah, get out to Steve's Bike Shop. Jason's Max Fit Sports Nutrition. I took a little bit last night, man, knocked me out. It was great stuff.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Yeah, we got some Max. If you're having trouble sleeping, I mean, it's not...
I got to get 2 bottles from you.
Yeah. We got it
Thursday.
Okay, but yeah, it's a natural, mixture of things that have been used in, by people generations to help sleep. They actually help you achieve REM sleep. So they're not something like melatonin or something that knocks you out. But once you're asleep, it helps you achieve REM sleep more efficiently. So you repair brain cells, nerve endings. That's when you wake up refreshed. Helps repair muscles. So you can get 4 or 5 hours sleep, feel like you got 8, and really feel like you're refreshed and ready to go in the morning. So the main thing is to find the right dose. So you can come down to either Max Fit on 23rd Street in the Del Coronado Village or in Pier Park North, and you can grab a free sample, take it home, see how it works for you. We can give you a couple samples so you can try it over a couple nights for free.
I tell you what you said right there. You do have to experiment with it. You get the right amount.
Right, yeah.
Because if you take too much, too much of anything's not good.
Right.
You don't take enough, you don't get what you need. So you're right about what you said about that. And I'm right about this. B4 Braves in Lynn Haven. Pat Perno, we all know he's a great city commissioner of Lynn Haven. Guy's incredible man. It's always give back to the community. His restaurant's unbelievable. Go check it out. But every Wednesday, 10 wings inside for $9.99. B4 Braves. And here's the key word. B4 Braves, Lynn Haven. Get out to Lynn Haven, B4 Braves. Have a great time. We'll be right back. Steve's with us. Jason, Jim, Wildcat, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Losing to Michigan, you're on the hot seat. Did you see his face after that loss? I thought he was going to drop dead of a heart attack.
Yeah,
I thought his face was red.
There was some demon that took over his body and made the words come out. Demons come out. Your quarterback said that.
On national TV.
On national TV.
Weekday mornings 7 to 9. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Tuesday. Partly sunny this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze at 13 miles per hour out of the south-southwest and temps near 86. Tonight we will have mostly clear skies and be warm at 78. Partly sunny and a likelihood of thunderstorms tomorrow, a high 86. Some clouds in the early morning, but otherwise likely thunderstorms Thursday with a temp of 84. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
That boot store can help you dress in style, from casual Western wear for a night out with family and friends to a special meeting that requires a fashion touch with Western flair. From boots to hats, belts to shirts to jeans and a lot more for the smallest of the largest in name brand Western attire, including Carhartt work clothes. Shop that boot store for the whole family. Open Tuesday through Thursday 9 to 5, Friday and Saturday 9 to 5:30. Next to Billboard Kia, 15th Street, Panama City, where God is good all the time.
Northwest Florida Wrestling presents live professional wrestling at the Possum Palace. Saturday, June 7th in Wausau. Exciting men's and women's wrestling with a huge 20-man Royal Rumble. Doors open at 4. Matches start at 5 at the Possum Palace. Front row tickets $15. General admission $12. Kids 5 and under free. All proceeds go to medical expenses for Chase Henson. We'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the air.
Welcome to It's the Coach James Hale Show.
But I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
Live from the J. Michael Studio, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Steve, you coach Mosley swim and dive. We've had on all these different coaches, all these different sports. Bay County's good in baseball. We're known for baseball.
Yep.
I remember the days we were outstanding in swimming, diving. As it dropped off, it just doesn't seem like lately we've had the
combination of the hurricane and COVID kind of hurt us. Our numbers are down. We've had some really good individuals over, back, Mosley had a couple of runner-ups, and then Arnold had a couple of runner-ups, and then when we got into the last 4 or 5 years as a team, I mean, we've squeezed into the top 10 a couple of times. Arnold has, and we have, but mainly it's been just individuals like, that an individual here or there that was top 3 or top 4 at state that we haven't been able to put together.
Are the numbers starting to get better now?
The numbers are starting to get better. I used to run 40-something swimmers. Last year I ran 26.
Wow.
And I need 30. I need 36 swimmers to put a team together, 18 and 18, girls and guys.
Yeah.
Arnold's numbers are still pretty good. North Bay Haven built their numbers back up last year. They were pretty strong. Rutherford dwindled so much afterwards that their team ended up folding. Bay High was close to that. But this new coach came in last year, Emily Parkinen. She's amazing. She's put that team back together. She's really been building it back up. So all the teams are starting to grow again. So, and of course, something new now, the schools that don't have teams, if there's a kid that goes to a school that doesn't have a team, they can actually participate on one of the other teams.
They can go to Rutherford and then go swim for Mosley.
Yes. So that's how North Bay Haven built their team up last year. They brought in kids from Mowat and University Academy and all kind of different schools and built their team up that way.
How good. All right. You got these teams. Where do y'all swim at? I mean, there's not that many pools. How do you guys do your swimming, your summer, your practice, all those things?
Well, North Bay Haven and Bay High and Mosley all share the Mosley, the pool that's at Mosley. It's a district pool, but it's at the Mosley. And then Arnold gets space out at Frank Brown. And we just share the pool. And we're starting summer conditioning, next week.
Yeah.
And the Bay High coach will be running some conditioning on Monday and Wednesday nights at 6 and Saturday morning at 9, and then I'll be running conditioning.
Ooh, Saturday mornings?
Yeah.
Wow. What's the turnout for that?
Saturday was pretty good. I mean, my practice is 7 to 9 before she gets there at 9, and I have a good group. Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
And then Tuesday through Friday mornings, we're 6 to 7:30 in the morning. So that's our conditioning. And now that's not just Mosley. That's a high school conditioning. So that can be a Bay High, North Bay Haven, Mosley, and even if any of the Arnold kids want to come over, because Arnold doesn't have a summer conditioning started up yet. They're trying to put something together. I talked to the Arnold coach last night, and she said she would, if anybody's interested in what they're doing, she said just go on their Facebook page, and they'll be posting it as soon as they're going to have something. But we're going to have those practices, like I said, Tuesday through Friday, 6 to 7:30 in the morning, and then the Bay High coach is running a Monday and Wednesday 6 to 8:30 practice at night, and then a 9 to I think 10:30 on Saturday morning. And those practices, I mean, we kind of label it as high school conditioning. So, and it's summer, so there's no, the teams can practice together. So it doesn't matter what school you're going to. If you're a high school swimmer and you want to practice, you can come to that. Doesn't matter who the coach is. You can come practice with us.
kind of like high school football around here. Everybody gets together and practices together and lifts weights together. There's no tampering. They hold hands.
No, it's swimming's unique in that we're such a small community that and like I say, we're only on opposite teams for 12 weeks. The rest of the year we're all on the same team.
That's right.
Panama City swim team.
Brian used to be big into this. He's still.
Well, Brian's our big boss now. We all had to kiss the ring.
We do too. We got to do the same thing.
He's in charge of Southeastern swimming, so he's the big dog now.
Yeah, I get that. we have to kiss his ring every once in a while, make him happy. Yeah, I get it. Anyway, but you think they're going to be kind of heading back? You see some good.
Yeah, we had a pretty good middle school season this year, and of course we run our summer programs. Hopefully we get a bunch of people out, and so hopefully I'm hoping to get over 30 kids this year. And
have they gone back? They used to have summer hours for the coaches. You would pay. There was a pot of money that the county would give you to pay your coaches summer to lift weights.
I've never seen that pot of money.
So y'all never.
That was a long time ago.
Wow. So that's done, huh?
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean.
So this is all volunteer for you guys.
Well, yeah, in the summertime, yeah, absolutely. And but don't tell anybody, but I would do this for free. So the fact that they give me a little bit of money,
it sounds like you are.
Right. Yeah, pretty much. Well, all my coaching money, it gets direct deposited into my wife's account. That's my blood money, so she lets me coach.
All those pools, I'm trying to think. Do they have the diving boards?
The only place for diving is, and thanks for bringing that up, is at Frank Brown. And by the way, Dana will be running her dive camps.
Dana,
woo! Now that's the good news.
You know you're listening.
Yeah, the good news is she's running the dive camps this summer. So you can find out about that just by checking with the Frank Brown website about the spring.
Next time you come, we need to bring her in there and talk about diving.
Well, here's the sad news: is she's not going to be able to coach diving this high school season. So we got to find a new diving coach. Well, I think she got a new job, and her son's a senior.
Yeah,
he's playing golf, and she doesn't want to miss that. And I understand that. So
I get it. That's cool. Yeah.
So. I'm like, hey, I don't blame you.
Yeah. And we all know she was everything at Alabama.
Hey, I mean, I love coaching swimming. I quit coaching for 16 years when my kids were born. And my daughter turned 16. That's when I started coaching again. Yeah. And that's been 26 years ago.
Wow. Golly. That's a long.
So I quit for 16, but I've been back for about 26. So
we had a guy call in, just went off on the Bay District schools. The coaches do get paid a supplement. You don't force anybody to swim and pay to swim. Anybody can come out and be on the swim team.
Yeah.
And do y'all cut people?
Not on swimming. My people ask me how you make the team, and I say, well, you come to practice. That's how you make the team. If you come to practice, you'll make the team.
Yeah, right.
Now, if you show up 50% of the time, I might show you where the gate is, because I don't have time for that. But if they're serious, no matter, I don't care, how good or how not good they are. If they're showing it for practice, they're going to get better. I'm going to keep working with them.
There you go, man. All right. Anything else you want to get out there?
Just that we'll be running summer splashes and at the Mosley Pool and Frank Brown Pool, and you can find out about that on the PCST website.
All right, I was going to ask you about that. Like my grandkids, what age do they usually start this out?
Some of our splash kids are like 4 years old, and we go up to 12 or 13. If they can swim, like we have a group called the Squirts, if they can swim 10 yards, they can just get in the pool and make it just a little bit down the pool. That's our Squirts. We start with them, teaching them the strokes and getting them where they can move up and down the pool.
Yeah.
And then we start teaching them, the backstroke and the breaststroke and all the strokes. And we've got a lot of good coaches. All my freshmen through senior swimmers. That's who are our main coaches, and they love working with the kids and teaching them the stuff.
Have you ever had a swimmer come out that didn't go? Usually, like Pop Warner football, Little League baseball, you start at a young age, you get better, and better.
Right.
Have you ever had a swimmer that, every once in a while you have a football player that never played football come out and did pretty good.
Yeah.
But not.
I've had one or two. I had one girl who was a gymnast who ended up who came out her freshman year, and she ended up swimming at the Air Force Academy.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then Duderstadt didn't start swimming until he started swimming. He did the 6-week 8th grade middle school program, played summer baseball, and then came to Mosley. So he'd only swam his freshman year, and he got into it. Of course, he ended up being a 3-time SEC champion.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
So I've had a couple. I had another kid that came out his senior year and ended up making the A relay that placed 5th overall at state. That was back when my son was swimming. So that's been a hot minute ago because my son's 36.
Well, all right. How can they get up if they want to try it? They've never done it before. They call you. They call the coaches.
They can call me, or they can just show up. I mean, if you think you want to swim, just show up to the practice. Like I said, Tuesday through Friday mornings at 6. Show up. I'll put you in the pool. We'll start working with you, and we'll teach you how to do the strokes. I've already had 2 or 3 new swimmers, a couple from North Bay Apin and a couple from Mosley that came out last week that I've already started working with. That basically didn't know anything, so I'm basically having to show them how to breathe and that, I mean, they can swim, but they didn't.
Right.
So
I'll tell you what, if you're even thinking about it, go do it. There's all these studies that kids are involved in sports, dance. They stay out of trouble. They don't get pregnant. Stay involved in sports is a great thing to do. And I tell you what, that's swimming. That's the best. You know what, Jason? You ought to go talk to every one of those coaches. I think you might know Steve, Jason, Steve.
You know each other now.
Yeah, you know, all the things that you sell fit into that.
Oh, yeah. I used to go talk to Brian in their classes when Brian was out at Frank Brown, just because it's right next to my store. And then Mike brought a couple coaches by the store, and I talked to them and relayed them, certain things. Because swimmers are completely different than any other sport. You're not really trying to be bulky or muscular. You need to be able to float. You need to have that aerodynamics. You need to have that flexibility. So it's a lot more about endurance and just being able to, properly hydrate your body nutrition-wise and stuff like that to kind of fuel your workouts. It's nothing about more building muscle. Now, at that age, you're going to build some muscle, but we're not trying to get them big like a linebacker.
That's the best exercise for your body.
Oh, I did it at a very young age. My stepsister was a coach, so at 4 or 5 years old, they throw you in the pool. Yep, he can swim. And if you can't, they're like, oh, we need to teach him.
Somebody grab him from the bottom before you go. That's what we did to Wildcat back in the day. All right, let's talk. Hey, you know what, Wildcat? Let's go see Amber. Russ, let's go get some jewelry. Where are we going? Where are we going to go?
At the 830 Highway 77 to David Adamson Designer Jewelry. They'll do a free jewelry inspection to make
They can make a Steve's Bike Shop necklace. They can make Steve's wife. She just texted me. I want to know why Steve hadn't been down there. Why Jim hadn't been down there. Where's it located?
And they are at 830 Highway 77. Free inspection, free jewelry cleaning, and free design. And I think the June birthstone is pearl, so they have plenty of those in stock.
Yes.
And they have their new spring collection ready to go. David Adamson Designer Jewelry.
El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. You love Mexican food. That's only one place you need to know about. Go check it out. We have 2 great locations. Front Beach Road. Keep on going past there's McDonald's down there, Walmart. Just keep on going. It's right down around the corner. 10908 is the address. Front Beach Road. Go check it out. You'll love it. But El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, they have the best happy hour anywhere. You buy one, the next one's free. House wine, draft beer, and also margaritas. Go check it out. Great place to have a birthday party. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. The legendary Jay Michaels on Thomas Drive. I say the legendary. He is truly a legend. The food there is incredible. The atmosphere is second to none. Go see Carla, Donna, Brian. We'll all be down there every Wednesday. The legendary Jay Michaels. The special day is black beans and rice with quesadilla. It's really good, but they got the best steaks, burgers, pork chops. But the seafood is unbelievable. Ice cold draft beer. The legendary Jay Michaels. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We get back. We got Jim Brandt, FSU. What is going on in Tallahassee? Baseball games, maybe. Who knows?
The ride home just got more dangerous. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is your spot for the afternoon underdogs.
One of the more underrated, fast as lightning. You know that he's got perseverance.
Weekdays 4 to 6 live from the CBC Construction Studio. Reactions, rants, and your calls at 850-215-6290. The afternoon underdogs are live and local. Weekdays on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hewitt Tire and Auto.
Call 850-769-7323.
Your certified AAA service center and hometown towing.
Visit them online at HewittTire.com.
On Airport Road in Panama City.
850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and hometown towing.
Need a tow? Call Billy at Hometown Towing, 850-265-1562.
The gigantic Memorial Day sale continues at the Sleep Center. Stop by the Sleep Center and you can save up to $500 on select Sealy adjustable mattress sets. Sealy, made in the USA, and available at
where it's bedtime all day long.
Pier Park, get ready to shake things up. Paradise Nutrition is now open. Craving flavor and fitness? We've got you covered. Loaded teas, protein-packed shakes, gourmet coffees, and refreshing drinks. From our signature Jimmy Buffett tea to Reese's shake, Paradise Nutrition has over 600 flavor combos. Need energy? Appetite control? We've got add-ons like boba, biotin, collagen, and probiotics. Plus, try our donut whole shot appetite suppressant. Paradise Nutrition, Pier Park, next to Target.
The gigantic Memorial Day sale continues at the Sleep Center. Stop by the Sleep Center and you can save up to $500 on select Sealy adjustable mattress sets. Sealy, made in the USA, and available at
where it's bedtime all day long.
This is where heroes are created, legends are born, and dynasties forged. The Sports Talk Monster, ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
Anytime you want to come on now, I'm going to say roll tide. Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! We're less than 100 days away for Alabama, FSU. 2:30 kickoff on ABC. Will Lee Corso be in Tallahassee? I certainly hope so. It's going to be hot. It's going to be crazy. I want to thank John and Charlotte for the FSU update. They got 4 great locations. Get out Newbies 2 on the Curve. Watch all sporting events. ACC. Now we're into the national tournaments, baseball. Who's going to go to Omaha? We don't know yet, but I think I do know. But anyway, get out to Newbies, have a great time. Head out on the mothership. Charlotte's going to have the best bands in the Southeast every Friday and Saturday night. Go check it out and have a great time. Jim, what do you have for us today?
We're going to start with softball first. We talked about them the other day, and Jason and I were like, Texas Tech? Who's Texas Tech? Then we found out that they got Stanford's pitcher on a $1 million NIL deal, and she was completely 100% the difference.
Oh, yeah.
Because she beat Florida State twice. So Florida State softball is done, but they lost to probably the best individual pitcher, except for maybe the girl at Nebraska who was at Oklahoma, except for her. So it was no shame to lose to...
But she's probably the best player because she also hit a home run in the first game that really put them over the top.
So
too.
she's elite. Just unbelievably talented. Now, the men, we talked about all year in baseball, they got off to a tremendous start. They were just kicking everybody's butt, scoring 10 runs a game, shutting everybody out, and then it kind of leveled off a little bit when they got against better competition. And to be honest with you, I was surprised that they didn't do better in the ACC tournament. They lost to the eventual champ, North Carolina, 7-5 the other day. But when you're as good as Florida State has been traditionally, you still get to host a regional. So they have a regional starting on Friday through Sunday. And here are the 4 teams. It's kind of like a hodgepodge of teams. So you got Florida State, who's 38-14. You got Bethune-Cookman, who they're going to be playing on Friday, who's 37-21. And then you got Mississippi State, who in the past, as we all know, is very, very good.
Go Brian.
And then you got Northeastern, who I think is from Boston. So it's double elimination. There's 4 teams, it's double elimination, so they're going to start playing Friday. I look at that list. I would think that Florida State and Mississippi State are the 2 best teams in that collection of 4 teams, I would think.
I would think, too.
But you never know. I mean, somebody gets hot, some hitter starts cranking the ball, or some pitcher gets crazy hot. You never know. But that's going to start Friday at Dick Hauser Stadium when Florida State plays Bethune-Cookman. So we'll see how that all ends up. See if we have to call Bill Allen and Greg Brudnicki and get them calmed down. I don't know if they're...
They'll be there.
They'll probably be there. And then after that, it's a super regional, which if they would happen, would probably also be in Tallahassee. And then you go to Omaha. So there's still a lot to play for. There's still a lot of time left. But we'll see. And
hey, Jim, let me ask you a question real quick. This, I'm pretty sure I had this right. You lose 2 and you're out, right?
Correct.
Double? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Double elimination. Okay. I had to check on that, too.
Yeah.
Because you only got 4 teams. So you got all those 4 teams. Everybody's got to lose, a couple times. So it's kind of crazy. And then we got to talk about football, too, because Alabama's playing Florida State, week 1. I hope, for Lee Corso's sake, that they have him there. And we talked about the other day, I said, he ought to pick Florida State. And he said, well, he's probably going to lose. Well, that ain't the point. You're kind of missing the point. He's going to be 90 years old. How many more chances is he ever going to get to pick Florida State?
Right.
Obviously never. So hopefully that'll happen. I don't have any insider information on that, but I'm hoping that would happen. It'll be a good touch, good way to send him out, I think. So we'll see. I don't think Florida State's going to do well against Alabama, but that's another story, too. So we'll see.
We shall see. We don't know the transfer, how good the transfers are. Gus Malzahn, can he work that magic against Alabama he's done in the past? Are you worried about FSU week 1? I am.
Well, not really, but then again, I don't know how they did. Like I said, the transfer portal. Right. It's hard to keep up with what they're doing there. If they're going to have a chance, they had to do some magic during the transfer portal. They had to bring in some players because they didn't have them last year.
I heard in Tuscaloosa, I heard this, and I heard their name. They copied what Ohio State did. The team just won the national championship. They focused in on the players on their roster that they wanted to keep, and they more or less kept every single kid they really wanted. Not many transferred out. Then they were real selective who they brought in, and they felt like that this is the way to go forward. We shall see. It worked for Ohio State. Let's see if it works for Alabama.
It helps you to get Caleb Downs and Quinshon Judkins, too. I don't think Florida State's got anybody like that.
Right.
No, I think he was more talking about Alabama.
I'm talking more Alabama.
Alabama.
Because they didn't have any transfers in that spring.
Yeah, they kept, and that's what they said. Keep what you know you have. Keep them there. You got
that's the way to go.
And then go, if you can go pick up 2. I mean, it's kind of hard to pick up the best defense player in the country.
Right.
It's not doesn't happen every day.
Situation with Saban leaving, right. Open the door for him and Saban to be able to, look around. But, we've seen this throughout, college football. Whoever's trying to build their team and overpay these freshmen, like Texas A&M, even Miami, they haven't had the success as the teams that are paying their experienced players, keeping that locker room culture intact, because that's how you build your cultures. When you got guys there 3-4 years, because they set the standard. When you got a new guy coming in every year, that voice kind of is limited on who he's going to, connect with. So, and I think that's been Florida State's problem in the past, is just rebuilding entire rosters with the transfer portal. You got to set that basis with your high school recruiting.
Yeah. And we've talked, you have talked about this especially, because we both played college football, and we both said, and I agree with James on this one, if you were a senior and you had some freshmen coming in and getting paid, and you've been on the program for 3-4 years, busting your butt, and you got some freshmen coming who hasn't placed it up one stinking time,
right?
And you're going to pay him all kind of millions of dollars and stuff. Just human nature, that's going to cause issues. I 100% believe that. And I know you do too. It just has to. How could it not? You're like, this guy hasn't done anything.
And you've seen teams like Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama lose recruits on the high school level to teams like Miami, Oregon, who are willing to just spend whatever they want. And because they got a standard within the locker room that they have a pay scale. So if I'm paying Caleb Downs $2 million and Jackson Cantwell, the number 1 offensive lineman in the country, wants $4 million, how are you going to talk to Caleb Downs and be like, he's going to be good in 3 years. We're going to pay him $4 million.
And the other thing that goes along with that, they have the budget that they can pay too.
Right.
So it doesn't make sense. Let's use offensive tackle, because that's the one that usually comes up, a high profile position. What true freshman offensive tackle in a big time program, Ohio State, Alabama, where you're in national spotlight playing for all the marbles? what true freshman tackle, offensive tackle, has played and played well, as opposed to, so instead of paying Jason Kovaleski $4 million, I'm going to pay you two guys who have already played in college, who I know what you can do. I've seen you on film against college, but I'm going to get the transfer guys who I know can play, as opposed to that one guy. And that's that's something that I think a lot of people overlook.
You saw it work with Michigan. They had a very experienced, older offensive line. You saw it last year with Ohio State and their depth, because they had a lot of older guys that they brought in through the transfer portal, like 1 or 2 on the offensive line. I mean, the offensive line is the hardest place to, evaluate when you're coming out of high school, because these guys are late developers. So if you got a guy that's been in a program 2-3 years, that's been in a strength and conditioning program, it just makes sense to want that guy over somebody that's 18 that hasn't been in that environment.
Exactly, I agree 100%.
And it takes a lot to maintain and be able to build that strength to be able to hold up against a defensive line like a Georgia or an Alabama. So, I think the way to go for offensive line could be portal, but you definitely want to be able to have some, handful of guys that you can develop within your program.
Proctor came in as a true freshman and started. He was the number 1 recruit in the country at offensive lineman, and now he's
But he was kind of up and down, though.
He didn't play. It's like you just pointed out. It's hard to do that as a true freshman.
Yeah.
But he had the body size, the arm lengths, and all that. And they think now this year he's going to be one of the best, if not the best, offensive lineman in college football. Alabama's offensive line. Well, we're talking about FSU. We'll get into more of that later. But speaking of offense and defensive linemen, that's where it's all won and lost up front on both sides of the ball. How good is FSU going to be up front on the defense? How good are they going to be in the offensive line? If they can't protect the quarterback, I don't care who the quarterback is. It's going to be interesting. Alabama's got 8 coming back on defense, so Florida State better have a good offensive line. Gus Malzahn has gone against them before, but this is not Nick Saban's defense. It's the one I don't really like, but he did make the adjustments as the season went on.
But these are the offenses that are defenses that are designed to stop Gus Malzahn's offense. That's why they were developed, late with the 4-2-5s. You have a lot of safeties that are more hybrid linebackers that can play within the box, but it can also cover. So I think it's going to be a big, big struggle for Florida State to beat Alabama. Just because I think Alabama is going to be really good this year, I think people are sleeping on them a little bit.
They came out, all these things. I can't even find it right now. Maybe I will in a minute. We got to take a break. All right, let's take a break. Jason, you did it. I did it. We all do it. If you're Steve, you need to do it if you haven't done it. If you have any kind of problem keeping your business cool down, your power bills is going through the roof. If your home is just not getting cool, the heat is here. We told you it's going to get here quickly. It has. It's going to be a long, hot summer, no doubt about that. But we got Stevenson Air Conditioning. We really don't worry about it. Steve's local. He's been in business, guys, since 1977. 79. Oh. Jason's the local guy here. Stevenson Air Conditioning is also local. Make sure all the business you do, go support local companies, local people. That is what Stevenson Air Conditioning is. They're there for you anytime, day or night. It breaks down, you call Stevenson Air Conditioning. They'll get out there, they'll fix all your problems. They are incredible. Get it serviced now, right now. If you hadn't done it yet, get it done now. It's going to make your power bill go down. It's going to make your unit last longer. If you got an old one, get rid of it. Jason did it, and his power bill's been cut in half. Over a period of time, it'll pay itself back, because you save so much money in your power bill. Stevenson Air Conditioning, #1, not even close. Also, don't forget about the legendary Chad Mitchell. Listen to him every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Excuse me. This will be his 26th, 26 years on the sidelines of Big Camp. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Of broadcasting history.
I told you this would work.
It's the Best of Bay awarded Inside Drive on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Weekdays 11 to 1 with Ryan Mulvey.
I love it.
Covering the biggest stories, breaking news, the latest trades, and taking your calls. The Inside Drive is live and local middays from the Gulf Plus Studios.
Happy anniversary.
Becky was on roids.
On ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Tuesday. Partly sunny this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze at 13 miles per hour out of the south-southwest and temps near 86. Tonight we will have mostly clear skies and be warm at 78. Partly sunny and a likelihood of thunderstorms tomorrow and a high 86. Some clouds in the early morning, but otherwise likely thunderstorms Thursday with a temp of 84. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Dothan and Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
Hi folks, it's Tracy from Tracy's Fine Jewelry. Did you know that we have a master jeweler right here in the store? That's right, she has over 20 years experience in the art of repairing jewelry. Most repairs are done within a week, so don't send your jewelry off for 6 weeks. Bring it to us at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. We size rings and solder chains. We can reset your diamond into a new setting and even custom design. You'll get your jewelry back quickly and looking as good as new. Tracy's Fine Jewelry, Bay County's trusted jeweler for over 50 years.
He has a really low passenger rating on Uber. He punched a magician and started a petition to remove the penny from circulation.
Like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael studio.
Is he sane? I have no idea.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Yeah.
We got Steve, we got Jason, we got Jim, we got the Wildcat himself. All right, let's get this in today. And if you looked on my post, you'll know the answers to these questions. If you haven't, you'll probably have a hard time
Nick
getting them correct.
Saban.
Close, you got close. These are the
Kirby Smart.
8 hardest positions in all the sports. Top 8 hardest positions, all the sports. Let's take this phone call. I don't think he's got the answer. Good morning.
Call, man.
Good morning.
Coach Hale. Morning, everyone. It's for today's phone call. It's right today, Chris, but it's usually Cincy Chris. How y'all doing today?
Hey,
what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Have y'all talked about the NCAA brackets at all?
A little bit.
What sport are we talking about? Is it football?
The only one that's important right now.
So football.
We talked about the only one you should be concerned about. Is it Hattiesburg, Mississippi?
Yep. Are you going to root for the team that you blood, sweat, and cheers for, or are you going to root for the team that you grew up?
Hey, look, I grew up for all those years dreaming of playing there. They turned their back on me. I said, no, we don't want you.
And you were still loyal.
And I was still with them. Now I want Southern Mississippi to do good. I hope they do well. They'll play Columbia, I think, Friday. I think Thursday's Miami and Alabama will play. And then you got to lose 2 games. You lose, you're out. But it's sold out quickly. It's sold out like overnight. Oh, I bet. Like most of them did.
Let's review here. So, at Hattiesburg, you got Hattiesburg, Alabama, Miami of Ohio, and who?
Columbia.
No, Miami, Florida.
Miami, Florida.
Miami of Ohio is in Tennessee's, I believe.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, Coach, you always say that Southern Miss is the Harvard of the South. So are you guys going to have a quiz bowl before the Columbia game with Columbia?
They probably will. I mean, Columbia's always trying to copy everything we do. Them and Harvard, everything. We just.
Well, y'all ain't having protests and stuff. I'm just kidding. I'm not.
No. We have true Americans go to Southern Mississippi. We don't let the foreign countries.
You got to know where Kelsey's Woods is. Kelsey's Creek.
That's probably the 3 toughest questions on this.
How many is this trigger?
do we know how to take care of a golden eagle?
This is boy.
No, they let him die one year.
Now you got listen. We got to ask you a question. Can I ask you a question, or you want me to go with you, what you got to ask? I'll do either way.
No. You go.
All right, help us out. Steve, everybody help out. Wildcat, you ready?
Ready.
Top 8 hardest position in all of sports. What are they? Cincinnati, what do you got? Give me one of them. Just guess.
All right, I'm going to go with NHL goalie.
You are correct, sir. At number 5.
Yeah, those pucks are coming in. It's really you got to be able to do the split. It's crazy.
Tell you what, you know what? I was impressed with you when I met your dad. I knew that you came from good stock. Jason, give me one. Just give me one.
It's got to be the quarterback position. It's the hardest.
Quarterback. You are correct, sir. Number 6, quarterback, NFL. Wildcat, give me one.
Public relations officer.
Thank you.
Trying to make James Hale look good.
Wildcat. Steve, give me one.
Since we're talking baseball, I'll go with catcher.
This guy is incredible. The hardest position in all of sports is number 1, a catcher.
Nice.
Wow. I'll give credit to I've told you this all the time. Pat Borders was a quarterback, had a football scholarship to Mississippi State and baseball. Said he wasn't going to go. Goes to the little league, we call the farm leagues, and made his way up. He played third base, he played first base, he could crush a base. He made himself, after high school, didn't go to college, he made himself a catcher. MVP of the World Series for the Blue Jays, Pat Borders. Made himself a catcher, played for like 16 years. Hardest position, unbelievable. All right, Jim Bob, give me a position.
Having to listen to the Alabama update every 2 days a week, does that count?
No. Another one.
I would say defensive back, and there's got to be in there.
You are correct, sir. Cornerback. Let's go to cornerback, not safety, but cornerback in the NFL is the second hardest position.
Yeah, behind catcher.
All right, we got.
So catcher was number 1.
Catcher was number 1. Cornerback's number 2. Give me some. Come on, we got to go. Give me some.
Point guard.
Point guard. You are correct, sir. Point guard comes in at number 8. Number 8. Top 8 hardest position. Point guard.
So these are all team sports, though, just because they have positions, correct?
Why am I not hearing any linemen's positions?
You are. Jim mentioned it earlier. Which position?
I'd have to go with the center.
You're close.
Left tackle, right?
Left tackle.
Well, it's got to be tackle.
Yes.
Left tackle.
At number 7, left tackle, NFL. We've got to get number 3 and number 4. We got number 1 catcher, number 2 cornerback, number 5 goalie hockey, number 6 quarterback, number 7 left tackle, and number 8 point guard. What are the number 3 and number 4 hardest position of all the sports?
Is pitcher on there at all?
What'd you say?
Pitcher.
You're getting close.
Synchronized swimming. That's
Shortstop or center fielder?
No, go back to pitcher. Not the starter, but
Closer.
The relief pitcher. Yes,
pitcher.
That is number 3.
That's weird.
That's number 3.
That would be one of the easiest.
Well, you can play every day.
Well, it's a lot of pressure. They bring you in when things are not going well.
Right. If you don't do good, you're not a relief pitcher for very long.
Thanks, Steve. I'm glad you're here today. All right, number 4. Number 4.
Maybe a goalie in soccer.
What'd you say?
A goalie in soccer.
You are correct, Jim. Golly, unbelievable.
Where's the applause?
Unbelievable. But you did great, Chris. You did a great job, man. You and Steve.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I'm getting to work. Hey, Ohio guys, name all 3 teams in the baseball tournament from Ohio.
Cincinnati, Miami of Ohio, and
I gave it away at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, remember what he said? I don't either.
Today, I represent my alma mater, named after the Wright brothers.
Oh, Wright State?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
We're playing Vanderbilt in Nashville.
Ooh, good luck.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Hey, did you?
I know.
Did you play baseball?
Yeah, I played baseball, Coach Hale. I played 2 years at Eastern Michigan, never saw the field, and then I transferred to Wright State, and I played at Wright State.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's why you don't go to Michigan. I'm kidding.
Well, Ipsy's right across the street from Ann Arbor. So.
No, they're a good school, man. I mean, I hate it. They're near Ann Arbor, but they're really good school.
Just tell it like it is.
Were they the Hurons or the Eagles when you were
No, they were definitely the Eagles, but once a Huron, always a Huron. But yeah, my head coach is like, I prefer it to be the Hurons.
Right.
But yes, we were the Eagles.
We told everybody a couple weeks ago it was going to happen, and now it has. We heard it through the grapevine it was going to go down. You've listened to us before. Do you like it now that we're actually going to pick the top 4 teams? We'll get the bye. Here's my question to everybody out there listening right now. They said the top seeds were going to go 1 through 12, but conference champs. If you're not ranked 1 through 12 and you're conference champs, are you in? I haven't read that yet. I haven't seen that yet. I haven't asked about that yet. I do know the top 4 best teams in college football, regardless if it's Oregon, Ohio, and Ohio State. If one's number 1, number 4, they're going to both get buys. If it's Georgia, Texas, you got 2 buys from the SEC. What about the other conference champions? If they're not ranked, they're all right. Big 12 champion is Colorado. They're ranked 13th. Are they in or are they out?
They're in. I think the top 5 conference champs are automatic in. They're just not automatic.
Have you seen
buys.
that in writing?
I have read that, yes.
And that kind of what happened last year.
Yeah. So I don't think they've changed the automatic qualifier for the conference champions. I just think they changed the seeding.
So if Colorado's 13th and Bama's 12th, so Bama's kicked out, Colorado comes in.
How many losses does Bama have?
They'll probably have 3 or 4.
Oh. Do you think they deserve to be in?
We'll know when you know.
That's right.
No, I didn't think
That's
that.
Kirk Herbstreit.
When you lose to Vandy,
we'll know when
you don't deserve to be in.
No.
We lost to Vandy. We lost to Oklahoma. No, we didn't deserve to be in.
It was really that Oklahoma loss that was really ugly.
Here's always going to be the issue. Like last year, Ohio State, even though they lost to Michigan in a bad game, which I think Chip Kelly was sandbagging, which I just think he was. But like clearly, Ohio State's one of the top 4 teams last year. But do they deserve to get a bye with losing 2 games? You know, and I realize the 2 games were close. You know, I'm not.
Oh, they should have never been in. We all know that. That was. Ask Michigan Eddie. He'll tell you.
I don't think they should get a bye. Losses have to matter. I mean, your record has to matter, and the results on the field have to matter. We can do beauty contests all day long, but at the end of the day, the games on the field have to matter.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. No,
But whoa, time out. But it's who you lose to too.
Yeah,
you
Michigan
play
was
every single week.
Though, so that's a bad loss,
and they also lost to the number 1 team all year long for 13 weeks.
Right. That one was tolerable.
And they should have won that one.
If they lost only that game, then I think they should have been a top 4 seed for sure.
Do you think Chip Kelly was sandbagging?
No.
To save stuff for the tournament?
I think Will Howard got a concussion early in that game, and they totally changed their because he went out, they hit his helmet. Devin Brown came in for 2 series, and they completely changed their game plan. Just thought they could win it, just running the ball and kind of protecting him. But if you look back at that game, he was wobbly on the sidelines. He should have never came back in that game.
Hey, do you want to hang on? You got to go.
No, I got to go to work. Appreciate y'all.
Yep. All right, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it, man. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. We got so many. I love all of them. What about Kyle Vandergriff? You just talked about the Vandergriffs. What did he win down?
He's an athletic director of the year for that
whole county,
which is
Orange
23 schools.
23 schools.
Yeah,
he was here. We lose him.
We lost him, and I think he was run off. But yeah,
he was. Mama, don't run for superintendent.
Right.
Yeah, but
guy's incredible.
Yeah, I mean,
unbelievable. And look at his brother. His brother owns the local
family.
115. He also owns TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. The guy is incredible. If you're looking for a roof, there's only one place to go. That's Vandy Roofing. I'm telling you that right now. When I get one put on, that's who's going to do it. They do incredible work. I think Patrick talked to Kyle, and they're going to do something. They're going to build something for him and his business.
Oh, nice.
They can do it for anybody. If you have anything you want built, they can do it. They can do it all. But if you love great food, crab cake's the best you'll get anywhere. I'm talking anywhere. The gumbo's incredible. Great food at the local 115. And don't forget Wednesday Trivial Questions. I got the big belt. The champion's going to get that. The local 115. We got Steve's Bite Shop. We got everything. Turpro Pest Control. Patrick does such a great job. You want that yard to look beautiful? He'll come out. He'll put up a game plan. Your yard, he executes it. The yard will look absolutely beautiful. They got good people up front, both sides of the ball. They do a great job. Turpro Pest Control. Listen to Patrick every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. And I already talked about the ball-headed Chad Mitchell. The guy is incredible. We love Chad.
You're choking up, man.
Yeah, I got teary-eyed because I hadn't seen him in a while.
I was gonna say,
the guy is unbelievable. He can touch you, he can heal you. He is unbelievable. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. What you've been waiting for all day. Alabama.
Keep the game game going with ESPN Northwest Florida. Just because you get out of the car doesn't mean the Sports Talk and Line play-by-play have to end. Just say, hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida. From Michigan Avenue to the man cave, from the car to the kitchen, we've got you covered. Keep the game going. Hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Tuesday. Partly sunny this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze at 13 miles per hour out of the south-southwest and temps near 86. Tonight we will have mostly clear skies and be warm at 78. Partly sunny and a likelihood of thunderstorms tomorrow and a high 86. Some clouds in the early morning, but otherwise likely thunderstorms Thursday with a temp of 84. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Do you want to eat like a local? The Local 115 is now open. Local drinks, local sports, and local food. Delicious oysters, crab cakes, steamed seafood, gumbos, salads, paninis, wings, wine, and cold beer. Nothing fried. That's right. No fried foods at Local 115. Amazing local food with an exciting local sports and mural theme. Eat like a local at the Local 115.
115 Harrison Avenue, downtown Panama City.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
And that's out of the ballpark.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Introducing Water Clear Pools. The home of the 10-week pool guarantee. We guarantee custom pool completion from permit to your first swim in 10 weeks or less. Water Clear Pools is the premier pool builder for the Margaritaville development on Highway 79. Free quotes and custom pools anywhere in Northwest Florida. Call now, 850-835-4177, or see our website, waterclearpool.com. Licensed and insured. License number CPC 1459723.
He doesn't try on clothes at the department stores. He just rips stuff off the hanger and lives with the consequences for years.
It's classy, it's intriguing.
He's sexy, sassy, and full of spunk.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Alabama Update. Stevenson Air Conditioning. Anytime, day or night, they're there for you. Locals taking care of locals down the Panhandle, Florida. It's all about Stevenson Air Conditioning and no one else. Don't even think about any other company. They'll come out. They'll fix it up. Get it serviced now. If you hadn't got it serviced yet, get it serviced now. It's going to help you on your power bill. And go with Stevenson Air Conditioning. I love Jason and the crew down there. They're incredible, honest, hardworking people. Locals taking care of locals. He graduated from Mosey High School, a legendary Stevenson Air Conditioning. What do you think, seriously? You know, you're a Bama guy. To me, this year is probably the most, I don't know what to expect. Women, I think they're going to be really good. The Mexican, I think, they might win 8 games.
What we're hoping for is, being the second year that everything's acclimated and maybe those losses that happened last year that shouldn't have happened maybe were the first-year jitters, new school, new coach, getting used to everything. So that's what I'm hoping.
I think Ryan Grubb being added to the staff is going to be a huge bonus for Alabama. Yeah. I just don't think Milroe fit that offense, and I don't think DeBoer had the time or even maybe the knowledge, I hate to say that because he's such a great coach, to kind of fit that offense around his skill set, because there was times where they did the LSU game and they looked phenomenal, and then there's times they went out against Oklahoma and tried to make him a pocket passer, even the Tennessee game, and it was like, this is kind of a square peg in a round hole. And
just throw it 35 times.
Yeah.
And they got the weapons. Ryan Williams, they got that kid from Miami coming in, Horton. That's a really good receiver. Their defense looked phenomenal at the end of the year. I think they were physical. I think Alabama's kind of not being talked about enough as far as, being a contender for the national title. If they can find the right quarterback. I think Ty Simpson's good enough. Probably a little bit like Julian saying, good arm, not great at anything, but somebody that can just manage the game and get the ball to the playmakers, and let's see what happens.
We shall see. I'm looking forward to seeing week 1, FSU, Alabama. We'll get, both coaches have to win that ball game. The pressure on both of them week 1 is incredible. If Alabama loses that game week 1, it's going to get ugly.
Yeah.
It's going to get, I know them. It's going to be really ugly the rest of the year. He loses that one. He better not lose another.
I'll say this.
Who's Alabama have after that?
cupcake.
The loser of that game, it's going to get ugly for them.
Whoever loses that game needs to win the rest of them, or they're out of a job.
Now this is not the head coach. This is the top 10 coaching staffs in college football. I don't agree with it. I don't know what you guys think about it. And then if we have time, we'll get into Alabama baseball, which is really. I feel good about Bama. Let's hold off on that. I'm going to go back to Alabama baseball. Southern Mississippi's got a great team. There's no doubt about it. They don't play in the SEC. They play. They beat Troy. They lost to Coastal Carolina for the championship. Is this the game where Bama playing in the SEC, which is an average team, a little bit above average team in the SEC, is this because the strength of schedule they've played that they kind of go into Hattiesburg and win this thing? Or does Miami show up? They play in the ACC, but they're not the Miami of the old. Or does Southern Mississippi at home get the advantage? I kind of feel like I feel pretty good about Bama coming out of this one.
For all the teams that weren't the national seeds, I think Alabama got the best draw. I mean, Southern Miss is a good team, but they're not great. Playing in the SEC, I mean, you've seen teams that are 500 that have got national seeds that are, ranked in the top 4 or 5. I mean,
I want to go back to the comment you just made. Southern Mississippi's not great. They are hosting a region.
What they are the 16th seed out of 16. So that
was from Ohio or hosting?
Yeah. It was Ohio State hosting anything right now?
Where's Ohio State? Yeah.
Come on, Jason.
Great would be top 8.
Hey, we play. Don't we
good,
play all?
But not great would be 9 through 16.
Is this the year we play Ohio State?
I hope so.
Or did we get out of this contract?
No, we play Texas this year. Next year is when I think
Southern Miss.
We go to Texas, and then 2027, 28 is when we play Alabama.
No, I said Southern Mississippi. They're on.
Oh,
not this year.
I thought you were talking about real football teams.
Thank you, Jason.
I didn't think you were talking about the cupcakes.
So who do you like out of this?
I like Alabama. I mean, they're a proven SEC team. They've been through the gauntlet. They've seen everything. I think it's a great draw for them.
Okay.
Yeah, I think an SEC team that's in the middle is probably better than a lot of other teams.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
6 of the top 7 national seeds.
But I am rooting for you, okay? I'm
You're going to win either way. So.
It's a no-lose situation.
It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, because they've had a good year. The record's really good. If they beat Alabama, do y'all think any way Miami just shows up and plays really well?
No.
I don't either. So we'll see. I feel good about Bama's chances, but I'll be happy either way. All right, this is going back to what Jason said. They bragged on Alabama's coaching staff with a new offensive coordinator coming in, and Warmick is doing a good job. He adjusts remember, I was real critical of him at the beginning of the year, and they kind of adjusted the defense as it went on. So they did good. I like his daddy, too. All right, here are your top 10 coaching staffs, top to bottom, offense, defense coordinator, combination, assistants, everything. Coming at number 10, Tennessee. Coming at I totally disagree with this one. Coming at number 9, Georgia.
Whoa.
Missouri is number 8. Notre Dame is number 7. Jim, let me ask you something real quick. Did they not come out? They smell like a rose now. Remember when they're not in the conference, they'll never get a bye. Now they can go schedule anybody they want. They can schedule all cupcakes because of the name Notre Dame, and they're going to get in, and they'll probably get a bye.
And not play a conference
championship game at the end of the year.
So they get a bye at the end of the year. And
do we just bow down, kiss them? It's like kissing Brian Haddock's ring. I don't know which is worse, kissing up Notre Dame or kissing up to Brian.
No, they came out smelling like a rose, and I think it's only going to be 1 year because they're going to adjust this. When coaches,
it has to.
When SEC Big Ten see, they got a real competitive advantage out of this, especially with the money they're getting.
Yeah, the money. They
keep 100% of their money. So every time $20 million, $40 million, $60 million, they got like $60 million just from the playoff because they don't have to share it with anybody. Yeah, when Ohio State or Alabama or Georgia, when they get that money, they split it with all the SEC or all the Big Ten. So there's going to be some changes made there. There's no way that these coaches or even commissioners are going to let this.
And we told you out there they're going to change the bias because they're going to do what the Big Ten is. And I think one of the commissioners said, I want to think as the Big 12 guys said, we need to do what's best for college football. So that's the reason they changed it. No, they did what's best because the Big Ten and SEC told you to.
Right.
And they're going to get what they want, or they'll break away.
And Sankey even said, I'm not trying to listen to the Big 12 commissioner give me advice on college football.
He said that?
Yeah,
Wow.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Because he was like, we're going to war. And he was talking about with the SEC and Big Ten. And they're like, we're not really worried about what that guy's saying. Sit down and shut up when big boys are talking.
All right, number 6, best coaching staff, Arizona State. Number 5.
Georgia.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't agree with these at all. All right, number 5. Number 5, Oregon. They got a pretty good staff.
They do. He's a good coach.
Number 4, Texas. Pretty good.
Yep.
Number 3, he does a good job, Dabo. Number 2, Penn State. And they even said there was such a big hire when he got the Knowles from Ohio State. Is he that good? I mean, the guy is a pretty good defense coordinator.
We're going to find out now because he had Caleb Downs and that Jack. So I mean, he had a veteran-laden defense. The first 2 years weren't spectacular. You know, look at the Georgia National Championship game. They're playing zero cover. You know, zero safety over the top. When they're up 14, the guy falls down, gives up a huge touchdown. He's done this multiple times in games. It really hurt us. So jury's still out. He's a really, really good defensive coordinator, but I think it takes a couple of years because his
$3.1 million a year defense, highest paid coach, assistant coach in college football.
I will say this: Ohio State had a chance to match that, and they thought that was a little too much, and that they could go in a different direction.
Yeah, and there was some conflict there. All right, the number 1 coaching staff. We don't have much time. I totally disagree. Is Alabama? They got Alabama top to bottom, had the best coaching. Guys, listen, his record's unbelievable.
Right.
He did it at a totally different level. Most of those wins were, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with
it. Would you take the Missouri staff over the Ohio State staff?
No.
I mean,
no.
Is this SEC or just football?
No, this is.
All right, so I guess Ohio State wanted
off talent.
Just talent, and it just kind of lucked out.
Yeah.
I think I can understand the reasoning because Chip Kelly's gone, Knowles is gone.
That's what
they got
said.
2 new
they
coordinators.
Lost both coordinators. I'm with you. I'm just telling you what you said.
Just based on success over.
What about Tennessee? What about Tennessee being the top 10? They got crushed in Columbus.
So did Oregon. I mean, they got, you talk about crushed. That was 31-0 in the second quarter. I like Notre Dame's staff. I think Georgia's got to be up. You got to start with the head coach because the head coach controls the program. I mean, he's going to control what the assistants do. We saw that with Nick Saban. The assistants left, came, went. They still compete for national championship.
Y'all have missed it. Y'all still hadn't got it yet. You know it's completely bogus. Prime time's not on there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how can you make it in the world without prime time being in the top 10?
He had 2 guys get their jerseys retired last year.
Exactly. What other coach can get that happen?
I don't know.
None as far as I know.
Success.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. We want to thank Stevenson Air Conditioning for the Alabama update. They do an incredible job. They are the best at what they do. I got the best of everybody right here in this room at what they do. I tell you, they're wonderful people. All these wonderful sponsors we have. Chad Mitchell, the legendary doctor. He can do it robotic surgery. He can do it the old-fashioned way. People come from miles around. Just have him operate on him. Listen to this legend every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Also, you don't have to be a great athlete. This will be his 26 years on Bay County sidelines. If you can be Wildcat. He'll go and look at that body. The guy is incredible. Make an appointment. Go see Chad Mitchell. Newbies, 4 great locations. John and Charlotte always do wonderful things. Newbies still on the curve. Go watch all sporting events. Head down to the mothership. St. Andrews, we got the blue facility there. Go have a great time at one of the 4 Newbies and tell them Coach sent you. Max Fit Sports Nutrition, the legendary J. Michael's Restaurant on Thomas Drive. He is J. Michael is lit. They can make a movie about his life. It's incredible. The guy's done so many different things. It's unbelievable. Go check it out. You got pictures everywhere. Bobby Bowden, Joe Berterno, Bear Bryant, you name it, they're there. Guns hanging from the ceilings. I'm talking shotgun, pistols, motorboats, surfboards. You got to go see the place. It's like a museum. Best foods, best seafood, the legendary J. Michael's Restaurant on Thomas Drive. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest for Auburn Tigers. We get back.
Braves are back.
Here comes the throw. It's late. Bregman.
And ESPN Northwest Florida is your exclusive radio home for Braves country.
He just wrecked that thing. Straightaway center, a homer for Riley.
Sales Strider, Acuna, Ozzie, Riley, Profar, and Coach Snitker lead a stellar lineup. Listen live nights and weekends on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Tuesday. Partly sunny this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze at 13 miles per hour out of the south-southwest and temps near 86. Tonight we will have mostly clear skies and be warm at 78. Partly sunny and a likelihood of thunderstorms tomorrow at a high 86. Some clouds in the early morning, but otherwise likely thunderstorms Thursday with a temp of 84. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
So you've heard the saying that if you love your job, you'll never have to work? Well, it's true.
I've worked for Brock Lawn and Pest Control for many years. The commitment to the needs of customers
and their commitment to each employee makes Brock a company I'm very proud to be a part of.
Brock's core values are also mine. Give people more than they expect and always honor your promises.
This isn't a job. It's a service to help people live a healthier lifestyle.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control. Our family protecting your family.
CBC Construction is looking for a few good men. At CBC Construction, our greatest strength lies within our talented team. Join us and be a part of a dynamic company that values its people. We offer a tremendous opportunity to create a future for your family and the Florida Panhandle. CBC Construction is now hiring. Call us at 850-740-3815 or visit cbcconstruction.com to learn more. CBC Construction. Be part of a winning team.
Do you know who I am?
If he was the last person on Earth,
Kind of a big deal.
mankind would still have a chance.
We may have to repopulate the Earth.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm very important.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Eagle, hey, Martha, Kenny, Jane, Jenna. Auburn baseball. Before I talk about Auburn baseball, let's talk about Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. You want a great meal, great atmosphere where they treat you like family. Steve, you got good employees. They treat people kindly when you walk in. They got smiles on their face. Way you treat customers is 90% of it.
That's it.
Because if they don't want to come back because somebody's having a bad day or treating you bad, they're not going to come back. You'll never have that experience at Beef O'Brady's. I know you wouldn't put up with any bad employees. Jason wouldn't also. You go to the Jason store, they're always kind, especially that good-looking older woman that I like. What was her name again? Kay something?
Kay Kovaleski.
Kay Kovaleski.
She's younger.
So anyway, they know how to do it at Beef O'Brady's. Pat, the city commissioner, does a great job over there for Lynn Haven. Well, his restaurant is second to none. Go check it out every Wednesday. They've got 10 wings inside for $9.99, but you want to watch all these regional games are being played, professional baseball, and you name it, go watch it at Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. Auburn Tigers. Now, Auburn, their region, what do y'all think about theirs? NC State's, in the past, they've had really good baseball teams. Auburn's the fourth overall they're going to host. They got NC State, Stetson, and Central Connecticut. So we all kind of believe it would be NC State, Auburn. Everybody agree with that?
You would think.
Yeah. Could NC State, out of the ACC, go in there and shock the world and put Auburn away and them come out? Or one of the other ones? I don't think the other two have a shot.
No.
I think Auburn's going to win this one. I mean, NC State's pretty good, but, the SEC was so good. And I know some of these teams don't have the best in-conference record, but it's 6 of the top 7 national seeds were from the SEC. So, when you're talking about that type of scheduling, you're not going to be 22-5 in your conference. So I think they're primed to kind of run through that region, to be quite honest.
If you've never been to Auburn, what they've done to facilities there, not just in basketball, you see how great that is. Their baseball stadium, what they've done up and down, it's really incredible. That's a great place to go watch a ball game. I thought maybe Southern, there was rumors that Southern might be going to Auburn, then they got to host one, which is even better. But that would have been a great place to go watch a ball game. And so if you're an Auburn Tiger fan, go watch the Auburn Tigers play. All right, I'm going to switch gears from baseball right now. What's really important is Hugh Freeze and his Auburn Tigers. 2 losing seasons in a row. And, Steve, you know what it's like in that state. You got to win. Alabama, Auburn, you got to win. You won't stay there very long. Now, ESPN came out with their post. Now, this is not their – they have their power rankings, then they have like a ESPN poll. which I don't get it, one or the other. But the power rankings is totally different. And here we go, the latest. At number one team in the country in the ESPN power rankings is the Ohio State Buckeyes. This is post-spring football. This is post whatever's happened in the last transfer opening. At number two, I don't see it. I just don't. I hope I'm wrong. I don't see it. They got Alabama number two. Ohio State number one, Alabama number two. Number three, I do kind of, I've been telling you, I'm leaning, picking them to do something. Number three, Penn State.
They're loaded. I think experienced quarterback back, good offensive line, two running backs that are the best in the country last year. I mean, my biggest issue with them is I'm not a big believer in Drew Aller. I struggle with James Franklin winning big games, and they did lose Tyler Warren and Abdul Carter, who were their best players by far. So they go to Ohio State. That's another,
Oregon,
key.
I think, goes to them.
Yeah. But, they got everything. I mean, their defense.
That's one thing. They got both Ohio State and Oregon. A lot of people don't.
Right.
In that conference. So, number 4, Georgia, Kirby Smart.
This is it's going to be about Stockton, though. I mean, and I don't think this is their traditional defensive front that they've normally had. I mean, I don't see the superstar along that front four, but they're just going to be really good on defense. I just struggle to see what they're going to do on offense.
I'm telling you, he's said it. They're just not deep like they've been to pay. Nobody is.
No.
You get a key injury, Alabama. You lose a linebacker or something. You lose an off. If injuries are so critical going forward, you don't have the backups you had anymore.
Alabama's not near as deep as it.
No, nobody is.
Nobody is, because the guys that used to build that depth are now playing starting at Colorado or another team.
So injuries for Georgia, they can't get injuries.
Yeah.
Number 5, Texas. Longhorns.
I'd have them higher. I thought they were really good last year. They got a lot of young.
We're going to know week one,
and it's all going to be about Arch Manning. Is he the guy, or has he just kind of been fluffed up by his last name?
Yeah. Number 6, Notre Dame.
They're going to be really good. That Miami Notre Dame game at the beginning of the year is going to be really a great football game.
I was surprised they were this low. Number 7, Oregon. They got the best roster money can buy.
I think they kind of saw that last game when they played Ohio State and how mismatched they were, and people are kind of questioning.
And they got a new quarterback.
Right.
Number 8, Clemson. Dabo thinks they're going to be pretty good.
I've
they got an easy
the top
schedule.
3 in several polls.
The schedule's a lot easier. Number 9, LSU. They're talking big stuff over there, man. If he doesn't win this year, he's going to be in trouble.
They got everything they need. He's got to put it together.
Now, get this. I don't agree with this one. Just because of all the stuff that's going on. Number 10, Michigan. What 2 games is he not going to coach in? Michigan's at number 10. Number 11, Ole Miss. I'm telling you, Ole Miss might be okay this year. Number 12, Miami.
They're going to be good if Carson Beck's healthy. I mean, they've recruited the offensive defense line as good, if not better, than anybody in the country.
Number 13, I'm not sure about this one. A lot of question marks. Tennessee.
That one's a tough one because losing Nico really put them in a different dynamic. I mean, he's a dynamic quarterback. He was improving, even though he struggled a bit last year in the bigger games, but he's had that experience. Now you take him out of the mix. What does that next quarterback look like? That one, I just don't know until I see it.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea about Tennessee. They're up in there. I do know about this team. They're going to be good. Number Florida, 14. Number Florida Gators, number 14. I think they're going to make the playoffs. I think they go 9-3.
As long as Lagway stays healthy, I mean, they're going to be really good.
Yep. At number 15, out of nowhere, Texas A&M, Elko, he can coach. He's a good coach. Texas A&M's got players. They got all the money in the world. We shall see. Number 16, I don't get this. Oklahoma. I'm seeing Oklahoma ranked in all these polls.
A lot of people think John Mateer is kind of like the Cam Ward of last year at quarterbacks. I mean, he's really good. Came from Washington State, threw for like 5,000 yards. Really, really good quarterback. But do you believe in Venables? Do you believe in that staff? I'm not sure. We haven't seen it yet.
We haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Number 17, South Carolina. Some people think that's too low.
They're going to be good this year, but obviously they play in the SEC, so, I mean.
You got Alabama at
great
home.
Quarterback, good defensive line, so
I don't think this team's the top 18 team, but they'll get there because of their schedule. 18, Kansas State.
No. Where's Illinois at?
19th.
Okay. Because they're going to be really good compared to what Illinois' expectations usually are.
Right.
They finished top 10 last year. I think they're going to be
in the Indiana this year.
They can. They really can.
They won 10 games last year.
I know.
Number 20, SMU. They got a lot of money there. Number 21, Missouri. quietly at 21. 22, Arizona State. 23, Indiana. Is it gone? Is it over? Are they still going to be up there?
It's over for playoffs, but they'll still be a solid team. That will knock a team or two off that they shouldn't.
Randy's Louisville will be at 24. And 25, the Auburn Tigers. Auburn has Oklahoma. That's a huge game.
Oh, yeah.
On the road. The winner of that game has a chance to have a good – if Auburn wins that one, I feel really good.
All his games are huge. That first game is going to be huge, Baylor, because if you lose that, I don't see him surviving the year.
They got to win that.
Watch out for Texas Tech. Texas Tech has sunk so much money into that program. They've bought so many recruits. They stole a lot of recruits from even Florida State. That's a team that maybe not make the playoffs, but over the next 2-3 years with the oil money they have, they could really build something special over there.
What school's that?
Texas Tech.
You know what? We all been talking about Texas Tech, and I see them all these things, and I was going like, there's no way. Then I found out who the guy that's going to be with Saban on this commission.
Yeah.
He sold his company $4-point-something billion. This guy could go buy any team he wants.
And he bought the girl for, their softball team for $1 million, and now they're in the College World Series.
When you got $4 billion, you can do a lot of things.
Think about what Michigan's got. Larry Ellison's got $247 billion. If there wasn't a lot of sanctions swirling around that program, they would be buying a lot more recruits right now. But I don't think they want to invest in something until they get a clear indication what the NCAA is.
That's why I kept telling our Bear gets mad at me. I think our time. I think you always see everything's always shifts.
Right.
I think in football at the top end anyway, you're going to see how the Big Ten do some things here in the next couple of years. They just won back to back. It won't surprise me they win 2 or 3, 4 or 5 in a row when you got that kind of money to do it with.
Yeah, and it's all
got
about
all
money.
the money
With
Ohio
no
State.
guardrails, you can just sink as much money as possible. And if you're a super fan that loves football and you want to win a national title, this is the time to do it because there's no regulations on how much money you can spend.
Getting back to Auburn baseball, really, they finished the year 17-13 SEC. Overall record 38-18. At home, they were 25-6. They're really tough to beat at home, and I think they're going to win the region. They're 7-11 on the road, 6-1 neutral sites. They did lose early, lost to Texas A&M. I think it was on a Wednesday or Thursday. They got beaten that game 5-2. But you know what? So what?
That's not the worst thing in the world.
That's probably
rest
doesn't
your
happen
pitching
to you, happens
staff,
for you.
for sure.
No
I think
doubt.
some of these teams maybe throw games, especially in basketball tournaments and baseball. I mean, when you got a lot of arms that have been throwing all year long, it's a good thing to be able to rest those guys coming into the regionals.
All right, we'll be right back. I got time to talk about a couple of our great people. Let's talk about some of them. The local 115, a historical downtown on Harrison Avenue. Go check it out. Kyle Vandergriff, everything he builds turns to gold. They got the best gumbo. It is Bay County Hall of Fame. They got every pitcher, every swim. You need to go in there if you haven't been there. They probably got swim. The food's really good. Have you had the crab cakes yet?
Haven't eaten there yet. Just stopped in and
you got to get the
grabbed a
crab
drink
cake. Go in and get the crab cake. You'll love it. It's incredible. The crab cake, the gumbo's really good. Tuna dips, they got some really good food
Even
down
their
there.
sandwiches, the bread they use on their sandwiches is something different. I don't know what it is, but it is delicious.
They got the Tommy Oliver draft beer that's pretty good. Great place to go watch sporting events. And don't forget, the trivia question starts every Wednesday night. And the winner, when the summer's over, they're going to declare a winner. And your name will be on this huge belt they built. It's really cool. They're going to hang it up there with your name or business, whatever you want up there, as a champion. So get down to the local 115, have a great time. Also, they got Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. They design it, they build it, commercial, residential. They do it all. Again, Patrick is having something built by him. But if you're going to get a roof, go with Kyle. Go with Vandy Roofing. They do an incredible work, no doubt about that. Turf Pro Pest Control. Listen to Patrick every Monday, 8:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. You want your yard to look beautiful? You have a problem with insects and things getting into your house? You won't if you go with Turf Pro Pest Control. They can do it all. They're incredible. Steve, where is your bike shop, and how long have you been in business? When did you start this thing?
Opened in November of 79. I'm right across the street from Sam's. I've been in that same location. I guess that's 46 years. Is that right?
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
When did you start? You were about 10 years old?
No, I was 1.5. No, I was 20 years old.
I saw a picture of your wife. I started thinking about Belichick. I don't know what that was about. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the PCB Hobby Takeover with Todd. Mondays at 5:20 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
That is a very high-end card and very rare.
Todd talks about coins, trading cards, collectibles, and the amazing stories behind them.
It was the first one that's ever come through my door.
Plus, we'll be taking your calls and questions at 850-215-6290. The PCB Hobby Takeover.
A platform for you to do your hobby.
Mondays at 5:20 on the Sports Talk Must. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Pier Park, get ready to shake things up. Paradise Nutrition is now open. Craving flavor and fitness? We've got you covered. Loaded teas, protein-packed shakes, gourmet coffees, and refreshing drinks. From our signature Jimmy Buffett tea to Reese's Shake, Paradise Nutrition has over 600 flavor combos. Need energy? Appetite control? We've got add-ons like boba, biotin, collagen, and probiotics. Plus, try our donut whole shot appetite suppressant. Paradise Nutrition, Pier Park, next to Target.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Hewitt Tire and Auto. Call 850-769-7323. Your certified AAA service center and hometown towing. Visit them online at HewittTire.com on Airport Road in Panama City. 850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and hometown towing.
Need a tow? Call Billy at Hometown Towing, 850-265-1562.
And here we go. The number one SEC call-in show is now twice as big. The Paul Feinbaum Show. Weekday evening 6 to 10. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And let's bring it back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We just talked about the Notre Dame. There are a lot of Catholics, a lot of fans. They do have an unbelievable following. When they play, you will watch. You know, they draw eyes, a TV set. But if I'm Southern Cal, I get where they're coming from. You're in the Big Ten. Your schedule's plenty difficult. You're making plenty of money. I would. Why keep playing them? I know tradition. I get all that, but you got to keep a coach here. You got to keep wins. I always go back to Nebraska. What they did when they were in that easy conference, they go in the Big Ten. Everything completely changed. What do you think Southern Cal should do? Should they go say, "Look, we're not going to do it. We're not going to play you"? I think Notre Dame needs that game.
Notre Dame may need it. USC hasn't been great over the last 10 years, so it's not like it was a huge marquee matchup. I mean, not for the playoffs or increasing their schedule. I think they should keep it. I mean, every team's playing a big team out of conference, and they're not punishing these teams. I mean, you can have 2 or 3 losses still make the playoffs, and with Notre Dame not playing a conference championship game, they need it more.
I don't know about 2 or 3 losses. 2. We don't know about 3 yet.
When they go to 14, there's going to be some 3-loss teams. And if you're losing to Notre Dame, a top 5, 10 team.
2026.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a punishment. Now, if you're scheduling other out-of-conference big-time matchups, if you're playing another Georgia, but I don't see that on their schedule. Their schedule's not like a gauntlet. I mean, these conferences are so big, you may play 2 of the 3 of the top teams in the conference, but you're not playing every one. I mean, this year we don't play Oregon. We play Penn State, Michigan, but, we miss Oregon. So I think it's a little bit of a cop-out, Yeah, right. But their Texas is Notre Dame. So I think they should keep it.
Let me ask you this. And I guess they got a lot of power, these boosters. Didn't you say a booster? Was it Notre Dame or Southern Cal booster?
Southern Cal said if they canceled the Notre Dame rivalry game, that he was going to pull his money out. That's how big of a rivalry and how much it meant to some of their.
These guys big money.
Yeah, they're big.
Was it Southern Cal the one trying to do it? I don't think it was Notre Dame.
No, it was Southern Cal because Notre Dame definitely needs that game.
I get where they're coming from. Heck, we're in the Big Ten. We don't need. What do you think?
It's hard to imagine a world in college football where those two do not play.
Right.
It's like you said, you can lose the first actually, you can lose at any time depending who you lose to or what the score was. I mean, you could make the playoffs with 2 losses. I mean, you can. I mean, Ohio State did it. I mean, I'm sure somebody else will do it in the future. They ought to keep playing. That's just me. But I'm a traditional.
Look at Florida's schedule. They play Florida State and Miami out of conference, and they play the SEC schedule. You just hear them whining, "No, we can't play Florida State anymore." No. So
you got to play. You can't. You don't back down.
So you guys all think they're going to tell the AD, and he's a new AD, I believe, hey, we need you to keep this game.
I think that big time booster's going to tell him that. If he said that, say that, he's going to play it.
The money man's going to make the
right.
decision.
Yeah.
All right.
Got that right.
This is the highest NIL spent, okay? At number 1, Indiana, $10.1 million. Number 2, USC, $9.9 million. Number 3, Iowa, $9 million. Number 4, Michigan, $8.9. Number 5, Kentucky, $8.5 million.
Not enough.
What sport are we talking about, Wildcat?
Basketball.
There you go.
I was going to say, it's got to be football.
I know. Right.
Indiana and Kentucky, that's got to be basketball.
That kind of tells you who really cares the most about basketball.
Surprised NC State isn't up there.
I'm surprised North Carolina, Duke.
Watch out for NC State. Will Wade's landed a couple transfer portal guys, and that's where he's at. And they landed a big-time guy from, I think it was Texas Tech, I believe. So there's a lot of teams out there.
I have not really kept up with NIL with basketball, college basketball. But $10 million, how many players that buy you? 2? 3?
10. So,
well, I mean, seriously, how many? What do you think? I don't know. I don't know what the average basketball player. I mean, the quarterback's Miami, $4 million 1 year.
Yeah.
I think the BYU kid got $2 to $3 million, and he was the number 1 recruit in the country coming out. So I would say that's about a fair $1 to $2 million.
It probably falls off fast. I mean, your bottom 4 or 5 guys probably are 100, 150K.
See, I thought with less players, like in baseball, like Vandy, it looks like Vandy could be a national power, and they are, but they could be unbelievable if all that money in Vandy goes, you know what, we're going to be great in baseball. You don't need so many players, right?
Right.
Basketball is the same way. You only need 5. So I thought it'd be more than football on average.
It might be on average just because, 10 guys, you're spending $10 million. That's $1 million per player. I think a lot of these NIL numbers that are being thrown out aren't correct. I think they're just, guys guessing. I don't think everybody's getting $1 million, $2 million on football rosters. You just got too many players. I mean, you can't pay 85 guys $1 million. I mean, who's got an $85 million budget to build a roster? I mean, so I do think basketball guys get a little bit more, but I just don't trust these numbers that are being thrown out by some of these, publications.
How good is LSU going to be? He's talked about the roster, championship roster. The quarterback is back. He had a pretty good year last year. They got talent down there. Do they make the playoffs? What's your thoughts on LSU?
I mean, traditionally, they've always been tough. I mean, and you never count them out. I mean, the LSU's, the Alabamas, and those kind of teams, you never count them out.
Our biggest rivalries have been Tennessee, Auburn, and LSU.
Yeah.
And CBS picked the night game. LSU's, that's a great job. If he doesn't win, we all know what's
if they don't
happen.
do it, they'll find a coach that will do it.
Let's go through this and see what you guys think about it. This is Clutch Point, LSU game-by-game predictions. I was surprised at the first one on the road at Clemson. Dabo talked about the quarterback. He's talking pretty good game. Their defense should be really good. I think Clemson's going to be really good. I remember last year, week 1, Georgia and Atlanta. What do you think? This is what the experts, Clutch Point experts, who they, I have no idea. LSU 31, Clemson 28. What do you guys think? They got it right or wrong?
I mean, that could go either way.
Yeah, especially at Clemson. We thought it was a neutral site game, but it's
Brian
at
Kelly has not won a week. If you're going to go bet, go put your money on Clemson. I don't think he's won an opening game since he's been at LSU.
No, I don't think he has.
Thank you, Wildcat. Put your money on Clemson. Thank you. I don't know what the point spread is yet. Right now, we'll get into that later. Who you like in this one?
I would say Clemson close because
home.
It's a home game. That's a great environment. And I don't think Clemson's a tremendous team, but they're a very well-coached team. They got a lot of tradition. They're not going to roll over. They're not going to be intimidated by LSU. It'll be a good game. It'll be close.
I'm leaning towards Clemson just because I haven't seen LSU play defense in about 5 years. Their defense has been terrible, and I don't know if you can fix that overnight. I mean, I think playing at home, I think LSU's the type of team that can get better throughout the year and make a real run at the playoffs and make a real run into the playoffs.
Have you ever seen, I know you have, there's certain coaches that coach certain ways.
Right.
And I even go to Coach Bryant when he was at Alabama. That week one, sometimes they had their legs up under them, sometimes they didn't. I've seen not very often, but I've seen them lose early in the year. But Alabama always got better as the year went on.
Oh, yeah.
And you look at Kelly, just at LSU. I was in New Orleans when they played Florida State. He let that one get away from him. I really thought he got out coached in that game.
He did.
I think they had better looking players. You just look at the bodies. Yeah. So I don't know. I know they will get better. There's no doubt about that. As years ago, I don't know how he was at Notre Dame. I didn't keep up. I'm sure they got better and better. But some guys have their guys ready to play week one, and then it falls off. They over prepare them or whatever, or work them too hard.
I just think he's got tremendous pressure on him, and sometimes he squeezes the life out of that game. Because, like you said, I thought they were the better team when they played Florida State, but they weren't aggressive. They kind of tried to sit on the lead, and I think didn't they miss the extra point or something to tie the game?
Yeah.
So that was another miscue. So that was something that really they could have tied the game, went into overtime. Really,
well, Florida State blocked it.
No, they did block it. Okay,
so
that was a decent play.
Yeah.
But it just seems like there's so much pressure on him because he's that kind of fish out of water. LSU, and every loss is just magnified. So there's just so much pressure, and that's just not good for a team playing freely.
Steve, got one more break. I'm gonna let you talk about your business. If you're looking for a bike, I'm telling you, Julie's taking hers over there. I think we're taking two of them over there. If you got an old bike, which if you bought it at certain stores, Walmart, the tires are never going to work. You're going to have all kind of issues with it. You need to take it over to Steve's bike shop, let them put new tires on it. Talk about everything you got to offer over there at Steve's Bike Shop.
Oh, well, we got it all. We got bikes for 3-year-olds. We got bikes for 90-year-olds. We got adult tricycles, and we got triathlon bikes for guys that want to go fast. We got full suspension bikes for guys that want to ride, out in the woods. We got electric bikes for people who need a little help or maybe need them for transportation. And we fix everything. We've got
Where are you located?
We're on 23rd Street across from Sam's.
Electric bikes for hunting, taken out into the deep woods.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
That's a great idea. I love that.
Yeah. Get you a little trailer, put all your stuff in there, go out in the woods, get you a deer.
They got double all-wheel drive, 2 batteries on some of the ones that...
you can do it all.
Yeah, I got a buddy who's got one, and that's what he does. When they go hunting, they take one out there.
We even got electric adult trikes. That's a big thing.
The bear did catch him, though. The bike did not run the bear. That's unbelievable. But they go up to 30 miles an hour.
Yes.
Some of these electric bikes is crazy. If you're looking for a bike, get down to Steve's Bike Shop. And you started business what year was it?
1979.
Right across from Sam's on 23rd Street. Can't beat it. Jason, Max Fish versus Nutrition. Where are your locations? And you can try it before you can buy it.
We're on 23rd Street in Del Coronado Village and then Pier Park North. I do want to give a shout out to my nephew, Tyler, and his wife, Jessica. They just had their first baby this past week. So little Colson Kovaleski had come into the world.
I thought it was going to be James. What happened to that?
I didn't have enough pull.
Unbelievable.
You didn't give me enough money, remember?
NIL.
You skipped that bill down at...
NIL. Unbelievable. If I'd have known that, I'd have gave you more. All right, get out to either one of these places. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has the most college and local sports anywhere on the Panhandle. Join the Coach Hale Show, mornings from 7 to 9, live from the J. Michaels studio.
Best seafood, the Coles beer.
High school coverage, the SEC and beyond. It's all right here. Mornings on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Of course, it helps when you're a multi-millionaire.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Tuesday. Partly sunny this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze at 13 miles per hour out of the south-southwest and temps near 86. Tonight we will have mostly clear skies and be warm at 78. Partly sunny and a likelihood of thunderstorms tomorrow, a high 86. Some clouds in the early morning, but otherwise likely thunderstorms Thursday with a temp of 84. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Tired of boring merch and want your brand to stand out like the big names? Elevate your look with Red 7 Tees. They don't just print shirts, they create bold identities. They are a veteran-owned custom apparel shop providing the kind of detail that turns heads, using high-quality digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose? We can typically replace them while you wait. Hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? In many cases, we can have it back to you the next day. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, just south of Tractor Supply. The best place in town to take a leak.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm not prepared. I really am not prepared at all. I hope you won't judge me on one email I sent 10 years ago.
My apartment smells of rich mahogany.
Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest. We're talking about LSU football. I'm sure this Michigan man didn't like that. He wanted to call in and interrupt it. Were we talking about Michigan Eddie? No. We're talking to somebody that's really a wonderful person. Let's bring him in now, the one and only. Mike, what are you doing, Mike?
Hey, going to work. But I heard you had my man Steve on there, so I figured I would call in with a Steve trivial question, or a question for Steve, actually.
All right, my friend, go ahead.
All right, so check this out. So Arnold, since 2010, has had 24 kids go to college and swim or dive. I know Mosey's had just as many, if not more. We've also had tons of All-Americans. Out of all of our All-Americans in Bay County, how many of them were automatic All-Americans?
Ooh.
You know them all.
Okay, so Spencer was automatic for his 200 IM swim, and and then Duderstadt was.
You've had two, and we've had.
Yeah, Duder was
two,
automatic, and then God, what's the brothers? I forgot their names.
No, it's not the McLeese kids.
It's not the McLeese kids.
No, he wasn't automatic.
Oh,
I'll help you out. It's Cody Brandenburg.
Oh, well, yeah, I forgot about Cody.
And the last kid swam for us for 3 years, and then he went over to Seacoast.
Oh, okay.
You'll know who that is.
Oh, yeah, Gip Cry.
Yeah, Gip. Yeah, so anyway, I called Friday and talked to you guys and let them know Gip signed with Northwestern.
Yeah, he did. That's good. Yeah. I tell you what, and you're talking about somebody that's going to develop. Gip's still a boy. He's in a boy body and swimming that fast.
Oh, yeah, he's only 17.
Yeah, when he gets a couple of years on him, he's going to be really, really.
Well, I tell you what, if he walked out on the football field, Coach Hale would think he had an All-American quarterback walking on the campus. He's 6'4", about 205.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So,
that's pretty awesome.
And he's got some developing to do still, so he's going to be something.
It's going to be fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, I'll leave you guys alone. I know you guys want LSU.
Mike, wait a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute. We got a question for you. What's we asked Michigan Eddie. We want you to give you an opportunity to forgive us, to forgive all the other teams in the Big Ten and Alabama that you guys have beaten. What do you think is going to happen with all this stuff? Are the Buckeye boys blowing this stuff up too much, or do you think Michigan's in trouble?
I think we're in trouble, but I also think they're blowing it up a little bit. Here's what I think is going to happen. Everything in front of those last 4 games they could possibly take away. But they're not going to take away the Penn State, the Ohio State, the Alabama, or the national title game because you all knew we were cheating already. So if you didn't protect yourself, you screwed yourself.
There you go. There you go.
I will say this. I'm disappointed in Ryan Day in 2023 that they didn't have a plan, because it was widely known at that point that, like, you know, these guys are stealing signs of some way. You know, I don't know if they knew that it was an illegal system or how they were doing it, but they knew that these guys had their signs. And I was like, why were we running the same thing again?
Oh, yeah. You would see the Michigan defenders, they would say something, and the kid would back up 2 feet, move to his right 3 feet, and you're like, how did he know to be there?
James Franklin had a really famous quote after a game. He says, look, it was 4th and 1. We were in a heavy personnel. We had called a play action pass deep, and they were in a deep cover 2 defense, like had nickel defense, everything lined up. And he's like, I just don't understand how you can run that. So it was pretty funny on that one.
Hey, I did hear an NFL guy talking about it. He's like, when they play those interdivision games, he goes, listen, we could change this crap all day, but at the end of the day, our offense runs its team. They know it. It's just, can my guys beat your guys?
Right.
That's kind of, you know. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that cheating thing's overblown. Yeah, whatever.
You were crying a bit more than all of us after they beat Alabama.
Hey, I just want to play Alabama again this year.
No, we don't want to Michigan. We can't beat Michigan. We cannot beat Michigan. Get it.
No.
3 in a row.
I was actually at the game. We did beat them in the Citrus Bowl a couple of years back before they won the national championship.
Yeah.
Harbaugh. And
No, you didn't beat us. We let you win to build your confidence.
Right.
Yeah. You can just see they didn't have the type players you need to win.
That's what Ohio State was doing this year with Michigan.
Yes.
Just letting them build their confidence.
And look what happened. You won the national championship.
Exactly.
Coach, you did say something. I guarantee you we could go and look at every national title game. The Buckeyes last year, their players, when you got these national title teams, they just look different when they walk on the field. Whether it was Alabama, Michigan, Ohio State, they're bigger, they're stronger. You know, all that stuff from the 80s, bigger, faster, stronger.
Yeah.
You know, the reason why I didn't keep playing football, because I was a scrawny little runt. Oh, well. All right, guys, I'll leave you alone.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Bye, Mike. All right, LSU week 2, they got them winning LSU 48, Louisiana Tech 14. Week 3, the big one. This is a huge game for Florida. Florida needs to get this one. They got LSU beating the Gators 27-21. Week 4, LSU plays Southeastern Louisiana. They win it 46-8. Then the big game. This is a huge rival game. Ole Miss. The game will be played at Ole Miss. They got LSU going in there winning 31-27. Week 6, the 6th game of the year, South Carolina. LSU 33, South Carolina 28. At Vandy. Now this will surprise you. They've had to win all these big games back to back in a row. They go on the road at Vandy. They got Vandy upset in LSU 27-24.
Wow.
Not sure that will happen.
I can see them drop maybe the Florida game or even Ole Miss, but I don't see them losing to Vandy.
Yeah. At home, it's hard to beat LSU at home.
Yeah.
Now, then they got Texas A&M at home. LSU 38, Texas A&M 35.
I don't think it'll be that close, but I think they win that game.
Now, the big one, at Alabama. Alabama 38, LSU 28.
Ooh.
I don't know about that.
LSU's got a sneaky tough schedule, though, just going over that last stretch there.
All right, got about 2 minutes. Let me get it in here.
Yep.
This is week 10. LSU bounces back after losing to Bama at home. They win 35-13 over Arkansas. Then they got Western Kentucky, the cupcake game before the end of the year. They win that one 42-17. They're at Oklahoma. They put Oklahoma away late. They win 35-27. Kelly and LSU go 10-2. They make the playoffs. What do you guys think about that 10-2 playoff team, LSU? They better be a playoff team.
They could be.
Yeah.
We'll
I think they get to 10-2. 9-3, 10-2.
They got some really tough games, though. That Florida-Ole Miss game is going to determine whether that's going to happen or not.
Yeah, no Texas, no Georgia, which is a big.
Yeah, that's a good.
You think they make the playoffs next year?
Yeah, yes. They've got ability. They've got offensive ability. We've talked about it for years now. Can they stop anybody? Can they play defense?
The Nussmeier's got to be really good.
That's going to be the thing.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for coming in today. We'll be back here tomorrow live on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Dr. Ward, everything you need to know about the Florida Gators. Gators on the road in baseball. We'll talk about that and everything else is going on. Real quick, Steve's Bike Shop. Where's it located?
23rd Street across from Sam's.
Jason, Max Fit Sports Nutrition, where are you located? 2 great locations.
23rd Street in the Del Coronado Village and Pier Park North next to Dick's Sporting Goods.
Jim's Creature Comforts. Jim, where your business located?
Yeah, I don't have
Disney World.
You have to go online.
Disney World. Wildcat, you look good. You feel good. You are good.
Glad you're back. Glad you're back.
We're out. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
Up to the minute weather reports all